Welcome to Balance Your Life, a podcast designed to motivate you to begin and maintain your health and wellness journey. My name is Meghan Farrell. I'm the creator of the Balance by Meghan brand, host of this podcast, yoga enthusiast and teacher, motivational and lifestyle speaker, and blogger. I love inspiring and empowering others to live a more positive, successful, healthier, and happier lifestyle. If this sounds like you, you're in the right place. Let's do this. Thank you, Nicole, for being on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Where are you joining me from?
I am from Oshawa, Ontario.
Yeah, we're in the same place. So Nicole and I went to our 200-hour teacher training. That's how we met. It's like our year friend anniversary.
It is, yeah.
Isn't that exciting? Jenny and I were talking about that the other day. I was like, oh my God, it's been a year since we started.
Yeah, I know, right? Like
Yeah.
so much has happened.
I know.
Great stuff.
So I wanted to talk about your story because from the day you walked into teacher training to like 11 and 10 a.m. this day of recording, you have morphed into such an inspiring, beautiful soul. Like, it's the change that I think a lot of people saw in you was like, wow, this is insane. Do you want to talk a little bit about how you got started in your journey?
Thanks, Meghan. So how I got started was in about January 2017. I was dealing with a breakup of a 9-year relationship.
Wow.
And it really broke my heart. I was going through a lot of pain, and it forced a lot of change in my life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I literally had no idea what to do or how to heal myself. And I had no idea who I was. I had just always loved other people, but never really loved myself.
Yeah.
So I immediately started running, and I ran almost every day, joined a gym, and I ran on the treadmill after work.
Okay.
I used music and running to help my thoughts, and I craved running. I just wanted more.
Yeah.
And
What got you into running? Was it just like a natural thing for you to think of, or were you like did someone say, "Hey, you should try running," and you were like, "Oh, okay, like let's give this a go," or was it always natural to you?
I was already on a soccer team,
Okay.
and I had already actually started running September in 2016,
Okay.
just a little bit, because I was going through a little bit of a bad stage with how I felt about my body, and I just wanted to change.
Okay.
And periodically throughout my life, when I had some low moments, I would go out and run.
Oh,
I
cool.
grew up knowing my dad ran, but I never really got into it.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I was dealing with my thoughts and the pain that I was going through, I knew I needed to run.
Cool. Okay. Yes, I'm all about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I just got involved in so many physical activities. Like, I joined a kickboxing boot camp, which was so much fun. I did that with one of my friends.
Cool.
I would go to a dance class after work and then do like a hip hop class. I used to dance when I was younger, and never really good, but it just really made me happy.
Yeah.
I just slowly did stuff that was so active.
Yeah.
And along that journey, I discovered mindfulness.
Okay.
Came up with a lot of conversations with people. I had listened to guided meditations.
Okay.
Pretty much the same meditation for over a month. And I followed a lot of social media pages, just to surround myself with a ton of positivity and wisdom. And I even read different books, and I journaled. I fully was taking part in so much different forms of activities and really learned about a wellness living lifestyle.
Yeah, you just jumped right into it, eh?
I really did.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, I mean, there was a point I hit where I wanted more.
Okay.
So by August, I wanted to join yoga.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, I had never done it before, and I literally just found a studio near where I was living, went to a class that just fit my schedule,
Okay.
and I fell completely in love with it.
After day one?
After day one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I went all the time, and even just with my teacher, like she's such a big part of my life. The teacher that I had on that first day, she's now my coach.
Awesome. Yeah.
I attend her classes weekly. Like yoga it's full of such an inspiring group of people.
Yeah.
And it's an on the mat, off mat experience.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. I think it's like I know a few of us joke around like once you start drinking like the yoga Kool-Aid, like there's no going back.
No.
What was the first class you took for like with yoga?
It was yin yoga.
Yeah, I know you're super into yin. And you loved it right away.
I did. I loved it for how it had the meditation
Yeah.
aspect to it. It's like it wasn't as active as what I was used to. I really was connecting with my body.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say that other forms of yoga do that too, but this allowed me to pause with yoga and connect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I first started doing yin. It's when we were in teacher training. And I I always feel bad saying this because yin has become one of my favorite things to practice, but I hated it. When I first started, I was like, oh my God, like we're just sitting here for so long. First of all, I was naive in what I thought yin was. Like I literally thought people would be like holding warrior two pose for 5 minutes and you're holding poses, but they're on the ground. And then, it was just, I think it's very important to have a good teacher with yin too, someone who can guide you through it. And I felt like we had that at the studio we were at, but I was not a fan at first. And then it was like the third class and I was like, oh, this is life changing. This is amazing. It's the only class I've actually cried in too.
Oh yeah, yin. Yeah, you really
oh my
do
God.
cry in yin. Yeah. Shavasana is guaranteed a cry in any type of yoga class, but
Yin, yeah, man, it was good. Awesome. So I know you're a big runner and I know you're big into yoga. Are there any other practices that you've started to incorporate maybe later on in your journey or even right away?
So after I began my yoga journey and I had just signed up for the yoga teacher training,
yes,
I discovered Reiki.
Okay.
And I attended a workshop to start out.
Yep.
And instantly I noticed so much shift happen in my life, but also how I was feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Reiki has a lot to do with the energies and releasing things, even if we don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So that gave me an interest to learn more.
Yeah.
And I now have my Reiki level 2.
Yeah.
And I participate in monthly circles where I'm with other practitioners and just learning and growing. It's become such a big part of my life.
Yeah.
And I really recommend it for anyone.
So was it an experience that you had while you were attending Reiki, or was it like the overall environment that you were in where you were like, oh, like I'm really into energy healing, this feels good? Or did you have like an experience while having Reiki on you?
I think it's a mix of both because when you're experiencing it, it is so relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just every time I participate in it, I mean, it's a gift for even the practitioner.
Yeah.
My life just shifts. I noticed a transformation in something because we're always working for something, right?
Yep.
And it just constantly will bring a positive change in me or in something that I want to change in my life, it's so great.
Yeah. I wonder if you noticed that when I've ever had Reiki on me done, I have the best night of sleep that night. Like, I don't know if it's just something I've like, I don't want to say like convinced myself of, but like, yeah, I get Reiki and I'm like, I sleep like the moment my head hits the pillow, I wake up and I'm refreshed. I feel rejuvenated. I'm like, what just happened? This is amazing. Like, I could have Reiki every night to sleep like that.
Yeah, it really is so great for you to just have that relaxation. I mean, you really can't get that experience with anything else. And yeah, and
That's
your dreams are so affected too.
Yeah, it's insane. Some of the dreams I've had after Reiki, you're like, for me, I tend to know that I'm dreaming, but they're so intense. Like I feel like I can wake up and recall them moment by moment. I can tell you what I was wearing, the facial expressions I've had, the environment I was in. Yeah, it's insane. I tell everyone I can, I'm like, just give it a shot, right? Like it's for some people and some people it's not. But
Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
it's yeah, if you're into energy healing or you're just open, I would say, to new things, like yeah, give a Reiki circle or just go get some Reiki done and just be open to what can happen.
yeah, and it can even be incorporated into the classes. I didn't even realize that it was incorporated into my yin classes when I first started.
Oh,
Not all
cool.
students,
Okay.
if there's assistance, will incorporate that. But yeah, I was having Reiki practiced on me when I was in certain poses that I
Wow,
realized after the fact.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is Reiki something that you want to keep going with? Like, do you want to be a Reiki master?
I do. I do
Yeah.
eventually I would love to teach it.
Okay.
Now I just want to incorporate it into when I have any teaching opportunities with like a meditation restorative style or offer sessions.
That's
Work
amazing.
in progress. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm coming to you because yeah, we were actually partners for our final teaching training and we both had to teach to a class. And I remember when you were doing the guided meditation, it was like, okay, Megan, like focus. Like I was just like drifting toward you have such a calming presence. And I think that's everyone who was in our teacher training was like yeah, just hang around Nicole for a bit and you're like you instantly feel calm. Like you have a very calming presence, I feel, to be around. So
Thank
it's
you.
yeah, it's you're ever feeling stressed up, give Nicole a call and just like go hang out with her for get some like meditation and Reiki and you'll be floating after.
Yeah, I mean, we all have our strength, right? And I feel like that really resonates with me.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the healing like type, inspirational, motivating, helping people just manifest what they want. That
Yeah.
that really speaks to me.
This is awesome. I know you have dived into this to a ton more since even finishing our teaching training together. What else have you been up to?
Um, well, I've always been into astrology.
Okay,
Uh,
cool.
maybe not too much at first. Like I remember you hear on the radio, like, oh, there's gonna be a full moon, and I would get so excited, like, oh, yay, full moon, and I would like go outside and look at it and be like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And that you have this idea of, oh, full moon, like everything's gonna be a little bit disturb people's moods. It's gonna be a little bit strange, but there's so much more to the full moon that or just astrology in general that I didn't realize. I
Yeah.
discovered almost a year ago about the new moon. So the new moon, I was introduced about a year ago,
Okay.
and with the new moon, you use the energy and what's associated with it to create wishes with whatever it can be, your career, money, love, and I was instantly inspired. I mean, thinking back to what I had always thought about with the full moon, I just had never known that this actually existed.
Right. Okay.
And instantly when I made my new moon wishes, following like what is categorized with each new moon, because the more you wish on what that moon is about, if it's love or money or your career or anxiety, maybe some health issues. So I had followed a bit about what that moon was, and then I also was wishing what I truly wanted.
Okay.
And what I truly wanted, what I was ready for, was love.
Okay.
Was that true love? And a couple days later, I met my fiance.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I met my fiance, and I mean, we had met for him to be my roommate.
Yep.
I was living alone in my house, and he moved in, and we connected so well.
Did it right away?
We connected the first day that we met.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was just an instant attraction. We talked all the time. We both couldn't wait for him to move in, and it wasn't even for a month that he was living with me that we got together.
Oh, I feel like I was part of that because I met him like
Yeah.
moved in. Remember, I was like, I wonder if anything. Like I felt like there was energy in the room, and I was like, I wonder if anything's going to come from this.
Yeah, it was so hard for me because he was my roommate, so I didn't want to share too much.
Yeah.
With people.
I sensed it.
Yeah, few people did. Yeah. But I mean, the new moon I can't recommend that enough because I've attracted so many other things. Like, I had wished for a car that would not make me feel worried when I was on the road because I was driving right away every day for work. And I manifested a new car.
No, it's amazing. Yeah. Like, you put that right energy into it and you manifest and dream about it and put the action in. Like, I feel like people think it's like, well, it'll happen one day. It's like, no, you can like manifest stuff literally overnight within hours.
Yeah. I mean, the power of writing something down.
Yep.
And the power of doing that within the astrology chart it's huge.
Yeah.
And it's all part of manifestation, of believing what you want, of visualizing. And that's become a huge part of my life.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. I didn't realize you were so into astrology. I love seeing, like, I follow a couple of things on Instagram where they talk about new moon, full moon energies, and I've always been like, I gotta find somebody who's like really into this because I love learning about it. But I want to learn it from somebody else. Like it's something I don't know enough about myself. So I'm super stoked that you know a lot about this. You're going to be hearing a lot from me. And whenever there's like a new moon or a full moon, I'm going to be like, Nicole,
yeah.
tell me, what is this? What am I trying to do right now? What am I wanting to manifest?
Yeah, it's definitely a time every month where I really do dive deep within myself and connect to manifest what I want.
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Okay. Wow. Is there anything else like, wow, I feel like when we talk about yoga, like this is it. This is you're all about energy and meditation and new moon and or astrology in general. Is this stuff that you have stumbled across as you've gone on your path? Do they just naturally come into your life and you just gravitate towards them?
It's honestly going with the flow of life that I've discovered all of these things, but also listening to my intuition. I mean, I really like facing my fears. Like even just my fitness journey. When I started going to the gym and it was all about running, I'd be terrified to use any of the machines. So I would just go to run and do a few exercises on the mat. But now when I go to the gym, it's like I actually use the machines and
good for you.
And I'm confident. And I mean, as a runner, you need to strength train and fitness has become such a big part of my life. So many people go to the gym and they're just so intimidated.
Yeah.
But it really is, there's so much more to it than that. It's really inspiring and it's uplifting. You think about the benefits that it gives you, and I just want to keep learning more. Like, I just constantly want to be involved in different things. Like, eventually I want to join a fit camp to learn more about exercise that I can do. I YouTube different like HIIT exercises.
Cool.
Yeah, I really like to keep changing it up and be involved in different forms of fitness activities.
That's amazing. So, what inspires you to try new fitness routines? Is it something you see on social media? Do you hear it from other friends? Or do you literally just Google whatever's feeling called to you today?
I think it has a mix to do with social media,
Okay.
but also just what I discover along the way, like with my running and how I participated in like different events that like races. I then wanted to kind of shift it. Well, I love running, or I love being in nature. Maybe I can do trail running.
Okay.
And I joined a trail running group, and I started running trail running races.
Cool.
And even just like how I've started to follow different inspirational fitness pages,
Okay.
where people talk about their fit camps or their HIIT workouts. Like it's social media is a great way to learn more.
Yeah. I
Um,
agree.
yeah, and instead of like participating in the race events that I maybe did a year or two ago, I want to do more of like a group setting. So like a foam fest, or like
Cool.
hero type style where you're in like obstacles.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
So a little bit of like a trial, no, I don't want to say trial and error because it hasn't been a mistake or an error, but you've done something and you're like, hey, like this has been really cool, but now I want to be around other people rather than just running on my own. So I'm going to join.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, also me and my fiance, we both are very active and
Okay.
involved in fitness.
Nice.
And that was one of the first things we talked about when we met, was doing a mud hero together.
Cool.
Yeah, so just to take my fitness and that passion of those events and participate with him, it's another reason why I want to do that.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow, that's very like I love hearing all of this. You're into so much, and I think it's nice that you're into such a variety of things. I find, like myself included, I find something and I stick with it because I like it and I enjoy it. But then it almost becomes a little bit of like this comfort, and I know I should try new things, but whereas talking to you, I feel like let's try something new, let's do something new, and I'm still like I'm comfortable here. Like, do you want to try something new? And you're like a little. So, but it's something I'm working on. But yeah, I love how you're all over the board with just strength training, running, kickboxing, and then doing yin. Like that's really cool. Do you have like a schedule that you abide by every week? Does it change daily depending on your mood?
I honestly don't go by a schedule.
Okay.
I like to be able to work out at least 3 times a week.
Okay.
I mean, now that the weather's getting nice, I love to be able to take those workouts and be outside to be able to run.
Yeah.
But still keeping in mind that I need to go to the gym and strength train. But really it's just like my daily, having my diffuser going, essential oils. I really want to learn more about that, but I find that that's a big part of my everyday, because those really boost your moods and help with, if you're dealing with any health symptoms, like an upset stomach. It's amazing how much that actually affects your body.
Yeah.
And also just the sound of it going, it's very self-soothe. I just really like to be able to have time of quiet, and I think that's my meditation style.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, if you're in the car, you're not always having the radio going, you just have quiet, or even just having time to read a book.
Oh, there's so many ways I want to go with this. So essential oils, because yeah, I'm a bookie. I'm into essential oils. What prompted you to try new like essential oils?
Well, in the yoga studios, you would frequently see them having them going.
Yeah.
And I just was curious, like what is that?
Yeah.
And then I started seeing certain things on social media. It's amazing what you don't pay attention to until actually it's brought up in your daily life.
Yeah.
And so I started seeing like workshops on how to learn about essential oils. I have not attended one yet because I can never make them. But yeah, for my birthday, I got my own diffuser and a bunch of essential oils and more for Christmas. And it's becoming more and more of a part of my everyday. Yeah, I love them.
Do you like diffusing them? Do you like using them topical? Do you use them to replace like over-the-counter medication?
You know what? No, I don't. I mainly use them for my moods.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. To just give me a sense of energy, or if I'm feeling maybe a little bit down or a little bit just, I don't know, like it may sound weird, but just like to inspire.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Do you have like if you're looking for some energy, do you have a go-to oil that you diffuse or use?
I switch them up.
Yeah.
I really don't have a go-to, and I'm still learning about them, so I can't remember which one is associated with this, but there's one that deals with like a lot of anxiety and your mental thoughts, and I really like to have that one that just boosts your energy, and it smells really great. Like they're all so different in smell.
Yeah, it's I love having diffusers, and I usually diffuse mine more at night to help me sleep. But yeah, I'm such a essential oil junkie. But yeah, I it's funny because there's some that I'll really like the smell of, and I feel like it's drawn to me on that day. And then some time will go past and I'll smell that again and I'm like, whoa, like it's too strong, or you're just not like feeling it that day. But depending on the mood, like it really, I'm like really drawn to it. So I think it plays very much into mood, or like what kind of what kind of mood you're looking for, or what you need in your life. Like if you have a lot of energy, like to me, another diffuser that's diffusing something that gives you energy, citrus, like it's overwhelming to me. So then I'll tone it down. Does that make sense?
I'm not really that much into citrus.
Yeah.
But when I really feel like I need a boost of energy, I'm all in it.
Yeah.
It doesn't even bother me.
Yeah. Whereas, other times you're like, ooh, not feeling that today. Yeah. I'm very, very pro essential oil. Just because you've mentioned it a few times, having anxiety or feeling anxious, do you find that all these practices, running, yoga, meditation, essential oils, has that calmed down any anxiety that you previously had or even still experience?
Yeah, a lot. I suffered from a lot of anxiety before. I'm an overthinker.
Yes.
My mind just goes all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And it still does, but nothing compared to what it did.
Yeah.
All of these different ways of mindfulness have changed the way I control my anxiety. If it be like, I'm really stressed, I'll go for a run. Okay. Or if I'm really upset, I'll sit in quiet and I'll connect. Or I'll do something else to occupy myself. Constantly learning that shifting your mind when you're dealing with something that is bothering you or overwhelming you is the best thing, because I would let thoughts consume me, and I refuse to let my mind do that anymore, because your mind is extremely powerful. Back to like that manifestation. I don't want to manifest what I think. Your thoughts are your thoughts. They're not anything else. You can think the most silliest thing, and that doesn't mean anything. So I've learned to not play into it by using those different ways of activity, and yeah.
I resonate with that so much. Yeah, I mean, I know you know a little bit about me. I came out a lot in yoga teacher training and talked about my story with anxiety and depression, and I mean, the amount of like self-sabotaging talks that I used to do, I actually like Like, if you have any kids in your car, you're listening to this, like, earmuff them for a sec, because, like, I'm like, there's a fucking bitch that lives in my head, and she's mean. I call her Rachel. And
Oh,
like,
you have a name.
because I was like, I have to like, who is this? Why does she do these things? So I like gave her a name, but to me, it's helped, because as soon as I hear that, like, you can't do that, or like, who do you think you are? I'm like, okay, that's Rachel coming out. And
That's actually really smart you do that.
yeah, it's helped, because it's almost like taking me out of the equation, right? It's not me thinking these thoughts anymore. It's Rachel who's having a party in my head, and she's just having a moment. The more I think about it, it's like she's in fear, and she's trying to keep me from doing something that's out of her comfort zone. So it's does that, like, I feel like some people could resonate with that. Some people are like, no, you're just crazy. But to not make it about me, but about quote unquote Rachel, like, to me, that has helped. And yeah, like, it's, if I'm feeling anxious or cranky or sad, like, for me, I generally roll out my mat. I don't do a ton of running. I'd like to get into it more, but it's, yeah, coming off the mat, you're like, wow, like, she stopped talking in my head, or I do meditation, and you start to see things in a different light, and you're like, okay, it really wasn't that bad, or you're so focused on the problem, but when you move or you do some meditation, like, everything opens up a little bit more.
Yeah, things start to make a bit more sense.
Yeah.
Once you connect inside with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom says I'm a lot nicer since starting yoga.
Oh my goodness. I think you were nice from day one.
I feel like I've always been, I haven't been so reactive. I think it's the best way to put it, right? Like, I'm more, okay, like, what is going on here? How do I really feel? Like, what is this feeling? And sometimes it's jealousy, sometimes it's anger, and recognizing that, and then taking yourself out of that equation, and, like, yeah, just being very mindful about it, I think has made a world of difference.
Yeah, and I mean, even the confidence too. I used to be incredibly shy.
Yeah.
I didn't really want to, meeting new people scared me, but now I love it.
Yeah.
It just feels so good when I step outside that comfort zone.
Yeah.
And you put yourself out there.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm confident in so many different levels with my career, and the confidence even you get from running. Like, yeah, I can run that far. And as like someone who's trying to even become a yoga teacher, like that confidence that I can run my own classes, and I can get up there and inspire people.
Absolutely.
You know, like it's all something a few years ago I don't think I could have ever have done.
No, I know. I'm with you. Like, I feel the same way. Yeah, I've noticed a huge change in you from day one to now. Like, your confidence has exploded. Yeah, you like radiate power too. Like I said, just hang out with Nicole for a day. If you need, you're down, chill with her. If you need some confidence, chill with her. You have a very magnetic aura and energy about you.
Oh, thank you. I find that when you're in a wellness journey too, like that energy reflects into the people that you spend a lot of your time with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like your relationships, your friends, they pick up on it too.
Yeah.
And that is a really big part in it. Like, I've grown closer with my parents. My friends have started to understand a lot about the mindfulness. Even my fiance now, Sandy, comes with me to yoga, and it's amazing how much it evolves the relationships that you have, and to seeing the people you love starting their own journey too.
Yeah, that's amazing, Nicole. That's very, very powerful. I love hearing from you that it's created more of a bond, more closeness between your friends and family. I know it can be the other way for some people. Some people grow and they have to leave people behind, which I don't think is bad either. Like, you have to leave behind toxic relationships and people. But I also find that it creates a closer bond with people that are like willing to take that journey with you.
Yeah. I mean, there I've had relationships that I've had to step away from for my own good.
Yep.
And even just noticing of the relationships that I have and them stepping into that too.
That's amazing. So being a beginner when you first started this journey, and now not so much, I mean, I know we're always learning and a beginner somewhere, but do you have any tips or tricks for someone starting out, maybe like me, who wants to run but doesn't really know where to start, or wants to try yoga or meditation and they have no clue what it is or how to start? Do you have any suggestions?
I honestly think with everybody, it's follow what's best for you. Like always listen to what you need
Yeah.
and like set an intention of what you really want. Like it took me a while to step into yoga, but I just followed my intuition, followed what I needed, and I had no idea what I was doing, but I still did it anyways because I put myself first. It
Yeah.
can be really intimidating because some people have been practicing yoga for years. I mean, you've been practicing yoga for many, many years.
Yeah.
That's when the thoughts come in, like I'm not good enough, but no one's looking at you. It's all about you. And same
Yeah.
with so many people are so nervous to run out on the street, think that everyone's going to be looking at you. Really, if they're looking at you, they're thinking, wow,
Yeah.
that girl, good for her.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like they're looking at you because you're inspiring them.
Yeah.
So you just follow whatever is calling for you and you just go for it.
Yes. Yes, that's so amazing. This has been such a good conversation. I feel like I've learned so much more about you since even starting our own journey together. I love, 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 love everything that you're doing. Go ahead. Do you want to tell people what you're up to? What's going on for Nicole in the future? Where can people connect with you? All that good stuff.
Yeah, thank you. So I can be found on social media. It's a bit of a private page for now, but I'm on social media as Nikki Elise. Spelling's Nickey, Elise Elyse. And I'm going to be building myself a page sometime soon because I am going to be starting up a workshop that will be at the collective offices in Bowmanville, Ontario.
Very
That's going
cool.
to be about the new moon, setting intentions in a meditation. Every new moon, I'm going to be hosting a workshop where you can set out your wishes, be surrounded by a great group of people, and I'll be including a meditation in that, which is what I strongly, as we've talked about, is one of something that really resonates with me.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'm coming to that because your meditations are incredible. You're very, very gifted with guiding people through meditation. So I will 100% be there. I will also link all of this in the show notes for people so that they can, if they're driving or anything, they can find your social media, they can find where you'll be hosting these workshops. I'll link all of that in the show notes. And yeah, this has been awesome, Nicole. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. And I look forward to seeing what you're doing in the future.
Thanks for having me.
So again, I just wanted to take the time and thank Nicole for coming on the show. That was such an inspiring story. You got to go follow Nicole. She's got great content on her social media. She's probably one of the nicest people that I know. She's awesome, so go follow her. A friendly reminder to those who are new to the show and who are looking to start their own yoga journey. I have a 30-day transformation journey series on my website. It's 30 days of yoga, so yoga videos. It includes meditation. It has a couple of essential oils that I love, some recipes in there. It has a calendar to keep you on track. It's a really great investment if you're looking to get started. I put my heart and soul into it. It's how I started my own journey a few years ago, was by doing a 30-day yoga transformation. And it will transform you. You'll gain strength in the body, flexibility, balance. I'm very proud of it, so I hope you'll go and give that a check out. I also wanted to remind you this is going out March 11th, so the Friday, March 15th, is the end of our early bird discount for my Costa Rica retreat. I'm hosting that with Amanda Kingsmith from Mastering the Business of Yoga podcast. Amanda and I are co hosting this 7-day, week-long retreat in beautiful Nozara, Costa Rica. It's from November 2nd to the 9th. We're talking business, yoga, meditation, community, collaboration. I am so excited about this retreat. If you haven't connected with Amanda or you don't know anything about Amanda, go check her out at MBOM, M as in Mike, BOM as in Mike, on Instagram, Mastering the Business of Yoga online. She's amazing at what she does. She's a business coach. She helps new entrepreneurs in the yoga and wellness industry. So we are co-hosting this together and it's going to be amazing. So if you have any questions about that, I will link my email in the show notes here. You can send me a little email. I'll send you back a link that we have on information for this retreat and a video about it. So I hope you will be joining us for that. Again, if you want to come on this retreat before March 15th, you can use the code EARLYBIRD, all one word, and get some savings, $200 savings off of your retreat. So I hope to see you there, and I will see you next Monday with another episode of Balance Your Life. Have a good week, guys.